FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
You are listening to Ken Norton on Fight Net Radio. And I've been thinking that I would come out of retirement just to knock out Lee Honey.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, bringing you the wonderful world of boxing. Please visit www.fightnetradio.com. If you're watching the video, that's what you're seeing right now, our landing page. It'll take you to all the other places. It'll take you to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. We have it. We post to it. Facebook is generally our home because we run that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We talk boxing on this show mostly, and tonight you are in luck, a day after our normal day. It looks like we're going to talk mostly boxing, so that's a plus. And we're on a time schedule because Andrew has to go to sleep. I am joined, as always. This isn't going to go long. Joined, as always, by my longtime co-host and friend, Andrew Labouche. How are you, Andrew?
Very good, Lee. How's it going?
Good.
I slept like a baby when Antonio Brown was announced the new Oakland Raider. Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh.
I told
okay.
you.
We were so close to staying on track, but all right, let's talk about Antonio Brown. For those of you that are brand new or watching the video, perhaps going, clearly this is, I'm looking at a video. Everything's talking about fighting.
I'm just telling you, I'm in a good place. Lee.
Okay.
Didn't let go of my tickets. No, sir. Hey, they need a winner. Lee, I told you Jerry Jones was
By the
back.
way, you have the same quarterback.
That don't matter. He's an awesome quarterback. What's wrong with him? Carr is awesome. They just signed a
I'd rather have Case Keenum. Wait, I'll say something that'll take this in a tangent. I'd rather have Case Keenum than I would your quarterback.
No. They just signed Trent Brown from the New England Patriots, too. Their left tackle has been protecting Tom Brady. He now protects Derek Carr, buddy. How about that? Okay.
Welcome to Left Tackle Talk. And if you're a regular on this show, you already know that I joke about the fact that Andrew and I both don't know who our left tackles are.
I do today.
Who's the right tackle?
Well, it's going to be the kid we drafted last year, isn't it? I think they're moving him over, dude.
There you go. This show is about boxing. Andrew and I were both.
You don't act like you don't even care. You know it's big.
You know what? I don't. You know why?
Oh,
because
whatever.
The Chargers are a better team.
Whatever, Lee. Antonio Brown is a Raider.
Okay, are we going to the Charger-Raider game this year in Oakland?
Well, yeah, we should. You were supposed to come down last year.
No, you didn't want to go to the game. Do you remember? I don't want to go to the game because they're going to get their asses beat, which is what actually happened in that game. Twice. They actually beat their asses twice, Andrew. But I digress.
It's a new year.
It is a new year, so you can be hopeful. You have not lost a game yet, so you still have a successful team. And much to my happiness, since we're on football talk, Eric Weddle, former San Diego Charger, former some other team who gives a shit, is now with the Rams playing safety for them. So that'll give them some depth and leadership that team needs, mainly because I think Akeem Talib is a douchebag. But that's just me. He didn't step up, and I don't really care. I think their defense needs a leader. So if the Rams just tighten up a little bit, why can't they go back again, Andrew? You do remember that, right? The Los Angeles Rams went to the Super Bowl. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Hey, is Jordy Nelson still on our team? Bet you he's going to like the addition of Antonio Brown.
Jesus. Yeah. I hate it when you're excited about your team. Yeah, we do talk boxing on this show. There were fights on Saturday.
Oh, yes.
Andrew was traveling. I was at another guard thing on Sunday. Fucking guard, man. I love my daughter, and I like watching her. But I am telling you, you don't know this, but your daughter will back me up on this. The amount of we're trying to put a message into our guard routine presentations that you have to sit through, so much about body shaming and I feel fat. Well, that's because you're fat, bitch. Your parents fed you too much. Sorry. Oh, don't shame us because we're gay or we're fat or we're female or whatever. Really? 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 I have to sit through this presentation after presentation. One group, and I sent you the picture of this last week, had like shaming words written on their tights. And I'm not even sure if I didn't see a guy in a dress in the group that presented before my daughter. Either that or she is the ugliest fucking female.
Don't. Oh, Lee, that is terrible. That's
not going to alienate. Wait, by the way, Andrew gave me a talking to last week after I edited the show. If it sounds like the show was edited last week, it was. Literally 22 minutes of the show was edited from last week. Well, I can talk about it now, right? I'm not going to talk about what it was. Andrew is trying to create a better product for all of you. And apparently I have alienated several groups of listeners. So I am working diligently on not offending. I want to make sure I've got it right. The boxing voice, I don't want to offend them. I don't want to offend middle-aged white guys, right? You told me not to, which is fucking crazy. Everybody else is cool with me. So why can't I shame fat kids who, they're making fun of me in school and picking on me? Fuck.
Your daughter goes to that school, so you shouldn't.
You know what? My daughter doesn't have those issues. She's and she's a book nerd. She should be picked on. Like I should have to teach her jujitsu and shit. She's a Harry Potter on the guard team book nerd. You know what? Love her to death. Offered to get her into jujitsu or something else. No, I'm cool, Dad. Nobody bothers me. All right. What am I going to say?
You think you're a bad parent. I was just watching the first 48. This dad was teaching his son at 12 how to break into cars. Literally got arrested for it. It's on file. And then at 17, his son shot his stepmom's, I don't know, some guy that was with his stepmom. Shot him 4 times. He got life.
I think those are quality skills to teach your kid.
That's good parenting right there.
I don't know. You know what? Did you teach your boy how to make a better shank for school after the gun incident?
That's a good dad right there. Life.
We do talk boxing when we are talking about our lives. Wait, one more thing. How was Ruth Chris on Saturday night?
Very good.
Did you need me to explain to you why there was no betting or horse racing at Santa Anita, or do you know the story?
Oh, no, we knew that going in.
Okay. We killed a lot of horses.
Yes.
You know what? Andrew, that might offend horses who listen to the show. So if you're a horse, please, just for the next couple of seconds, don't listen.
That's a beautiful place to die, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah, right?
That
racetrack. You and I have both. Well, you go to those ones in Northern California that look like fucking dumpsters.
Yeah,
Santa Anita is really pretty. It's actually a botanical garden across the street from a botanical garden, and we actually have like food fairs and outdoor markets and all kinds of shit in the parking lot. It's fucking great, and it's right next to a tremendous mall. It's a win-win, Andrew. Really like that spot. I used to work right around the corner from there. Big fan.
Are you from there or what?
I'm originally from East LA. We've discussed that on the show. I don't want to, by the way, anybody from East LA, I don't want to offend you. But in my life, South Montebello is the hood. I grew up in Montebello, which I was the economically disadvantaged. You were either Asian or Mexican in Montebello, and I don't fit into those categories the last time I checked. So I joined the wrestling team really fast. By the way, hashtag get your kids into wrestling. But yeah, I lived in Pasadena. I used to work in Arcadia. I still, I was only 15, 20 minutes away from you the whole time you were there. Maybe max.
Sweet.
Well, where I live is maybe 20 minutes from there right now. I live up on a hill. Quiet life. I'm a hermit. It's raining right now, so I have the sprinklers on to piss off my neighbors. I try to figure out ways to piss off my neighbors. I'm
definitely going back. I definitely need to see the horses run live there. The place is too nice not to. Yeah, it was a very good.
What you want to do is come down for the summer concert series, and they actually do concerts after the horse racing in the parking lot. And like,
well, I don't like people though, so I like to go during the week when it's just when you get the place to yourself. That's what I was telling Chris.
All right, so when you come down for your annual Disneyland trip,
just
tell Chris you're gonna like dip out like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
That's
and
right.
We'll go over to I'll pick you up and take you to the track.
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right, is everybody caught up now? That's why you didn't have a show on Sunday. I was watching stupid color guard stuff, not my daughters. Everybody calm down. Anybody who's offended on behalf of my daughter, calm down. She knows I'm the hardest critic of everybody else except her. Especially the fat gay guy who keeps dropping shit in the front line. Fucking kills me, dude. Fucking kills me. Why are you phoning it in, dude? I drove an hour and a half. Catch the fucking flag. Dad, why are you so mean to him? Because I don't care that, and my daughter always says this, but he's so nice. I don't care. I don't care.
Exactly. The world ain't nice. That's right.
World ain't nice. Kids got to start grabbing flags. If he's going to be a guy in a leotard, a powder blue leotard, my God.
My daughter's been hearing that since she was 10. In 8 years, you're going to be in the real world. I don't give a shit about tears. I don't give a shit about you thinking you're going to be nice or saying that's going to get you anywhere. She's been hearing that for a while, bro.
So my newest, by the way, we'll get to boxing. Hold on. So my newest thing with my daughter, because she's a teenager now, I'm going to give you some dad advice, because this is my new move. I used to still kind of stick to she's my little baby and like worried about her. Now I've just moved into, all right, so let me psychologically break down why I raised you the way I raised you to get you to this point. And so now she's wanting to take a psychology major because I guess I fucked her up accidentally. And can you imagine me doing that? But now we talk about our friends and their mental stability and why kids are falling apart in school. And that's how we check in. We no longer are even normal with each other. I've managed to fuck up that relationship. I knew you'd appreciate that. Shout out to all the dads. Hopefully I didn't alienate any of you, especially you deadbeat guys who, shout out to, you know what? It's been a tough week for Michael Jackson and R. Kelly, right? Or is that the guy?
Who got it? Who had it tougher?
I don't want to wait. By the way, Andrew, I don't want to alienate any of our listeners who are R. Kelly or Michael Jackson fans, but I think R. Kelly having a meltdown on a television program because he's doing it for his fucking kids, right? I love that part. Then finding out he hasn't talked to his kids in 3 years. And wait, his just keep compounding, right? And he hasn't paid close to $200,000 in child support. as a dad who pays child support. That's pretty mind-blowing. But wait, I'm going to ramp it up one more. Couldn't pay his first bond to get out of jail, then couldn't pay the child support bond to get out of jail. I'm going to tell you, R. Kelly takes the cake for this week, got shit on the hardest. And by the way, if you're an R. Kelly fan, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to alienate you. I guess his music, which sounds like shit to me, is probably okay. But
and why haven't they raided his house for the girl that's supposedly in there still?
Wait, and I'm going to tell you why he got it worse than Michael Jackson. We all kind of thought Michael Jackson was fucked up already, Andrew. Like, I don't think there was anybody going into that special where they went, oh, Michael's an okay guy. Look at him moonwalk.
Now, wait a minute. You said we all kind of thought. With R. Kelly, there is a video out there of him already doing something with the 13-year-old.
Look, the reason he's getting shit on now is because he clearly paid everybody off to fuck 13-year-olds. And by the way, I don't want to alienate anybody who fucks 13-year-olds, Andrew.
And creepy.
Oh, hold on.
Creepy.
If you're a listener to this show and you fuck 13-year-olds, I don't want to alienate you, but it's wrong. Okay, it's wrong. It's wrong. Look at R. Kelly. Go to jail.
Creepy part in that whole interview is when he's talking about the dad bringing the daughter to him. Ugh, that's like, eesh. Don't want to be that dad. Don't want to be attached to that story. But that's R. Kelly's defense on one of the girls is the father.
And I don't want to break it to the two, out of all the kids, the two Jackson kids, the two kids that did this piece. I actually tried to watch it, but there's only two of you. And there were a lot of kids who went over there, right? Personally, if it were left up to me, and again, if you're a male child molester and you listen to the show, I don't want to offend you. But I'm just saying I'd have fucked Macaulay Culkin.
Oh my gosh, that is disgusting.
Oh. He's a damn cute kid, right?
We got to move on. You're gross. That is a joke from Lee
Andrew,
Hunt.
I don't want to offend. I don't want to offend anybody who's a child molester. You know who I just offended? Oh, my kid was molested. And you listen to this show? Calm down, people.
Don't listen.
Fuck. How does Anthony Jeselnik have a career? And every time I open my mouth, I get in trouble.
Because you say the baddest things. Why would you say that?
Go to fightnetradio.com, drop us a line on Facebook, and let me know if you're a child molester. Thanks.
Have you seen Macaulay Culkin lately? How do you say his name?
Oh, no, he aged badly. Now I'm just shocked that there are women willing to fuck him. Right? And he still gets fairly, like, his girlfriends historically have been pretty hot. He had Mila Kunis, for God's sakes. He was boning Mila Kunis. Can you mentally process that one? That's a pretty high level. That's a high level get. All right. I'm just saying that's a high level get. I digress.
All right. We're going to go on to boxing. We've done enough damage.
Go to fightnetradio.com. Feel free. Join in. We had boxing on Saturday night. We'll start right off with Dmitry Bivol. By the way, if you want to watch the video of this, and I've actually got video clips today. I actually did a little bit of work in my 10 minutes before we started. We have video clips you can look at from the fights and see the articles we're looking at. Go, please, to fightnetradio.com. Click on our YouTube page. Subscribe, and you can watch the video of this show. Our stories this week are coming from Boxing Scene, your trusted source for boxing. Dmitry Bivol has few issues in outboxing Joe Smith over 12 rounds. First problem with that sentence, Andrew. Why did it go 12 rounds? By Keith Idek. Verona, New York, Dmitry Bivol mostly dominated. Second problem with this article, mostly dominated Joe Smith Jr. on Saturday night. The unbeaten boxer puncher. Next problem in this article, Andrew. Anytime there's a boxer puncher, I'm not watching this fight. Boxer puncher picked apart. I'm in rare form already, right? The unbeaten boxer puncher picked apart the heavy-handed limited. Next problem with this article, the word limited.
Hey, I think he's planting these in there for you, Lee. Keith Idek is on to your shit, bro.
Idek, you are my hero. Like, you every keyword about every fight ever. By the way, for those of you not watching, I'm going to do this for the people watching the video. So there's nothing grammatically wrong with what he did, but he's basically He's doing a backhanded, this was a shitty fight, and he's planting it all the way from the beginning. Dmitry Bivol has a few issues. I'm going to highlight them as I go along. Issues in outboxing Joe Smith over 12. Verona, New York, Dmitry Bivol mostly dominated Joe Smith Jr. Okay, well, I can't even imagine why that is for Dmitry Bivol, but the unbeaten boxer puncher, a.k.a. a workman-like fighter. Would you not say that a boxer puncher is a workman-like type fighter, Andrew, right out of the gate?
Yes.
And he fought a limited Joe Smith for much of a 12-round main event on DAZN streamed at the Turning Resort. Final scores were 119-109. Tom Schreck, 119-109, and Don Trella scored it. Don Trella's still alive. 118-110. Clearly impressed by the performance that led to his unanimous decision win in their light heavyweight title fight. Dmitry Bivol improved to 16-0. The Kazakhstan native, very nice native, also made the 7th defense of his WBA 175-pound world title by beating Smith. Bivol had this to say: of course this was not an easy fight. Really, why? I trained hard, but Joe Smith fought hard and had strong hands. What the fuck does strong hands mean, Andrew? I've heard strong punch, hits hard. I've never heard, you know when you use the term strong hands? When you're doing jiu-jitsu. He's got strong hands, man. He's got grips of steel.
I see. I was thinking of massage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm right in there getting a massage.
Yeah.
Getting a massage. MMA. Oh, my God. He's got strong hands. Why? Because when he gripped me, he fucking didn't let go. In boxing, I'm pretty sure there's a glove on that doesn't allow for gripping. I could be wrong because I haven't boxed since 2007, Andrew. And I know it's been a little bit longer for you. When's the last time you put on a pair of boxing gloves?
Ooh, yeah, probably 04, 03.
Okay,
yeah, right
03,
before Isadora.
04. Okay, 03, 04. Right there, right?
Right
Were you
before
able
Isadora.
to grip really well with a pair of boxing gloves?
Nah, I never got told I had strong hands, damn it, in the ring.
Strong? Yeah, you probably did by Chris. I mean, but... And I don't even think she's ever said those words.
Oh, shit, you better believe that, buddy. No,
Strong.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Made me smile. You made me smile. I am so glad I do this show. Sometimes it's just about me and Andrew. I'm just being honest. And by the way, if you're somebody with strong hands, I don't want to offend you on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that joke's not even far from dead yet, Andrew. I got another hour. Go ahead. Tell me, did you sit through this car crash?
You know, I actually did, and I was scoring the fight. Until the 10th round, I said, fuck this. I'm not going to score it anymore. And then that one punch landed, and I said, oh, wow, he hurt him. Let's see what happens in the 11th. And in the 11th round, I gave Smith 1 round, Lee. Joe Smith won the 11th round. Bivol then caught his air, came back in the 12th, started whooping his ass again. So, yeah, I had it 11-1 on my scorecard. Totally dominated. He dominated the whole night. Listen, when you go back and watch the one punch, he actually landed 2 good punches the whole fight. To right hand, I believe, in the 4th round, and a right hand in the end of the 10th. In the 11th, I think Bivol was kind of tired, kind of bored, kind of going through the motions. That's why Smith was able to, and he really didn't win with big punches, just kind of did more. Looked like the better of the two of that round. And I felt kind of sad for the kid. He used to like Joe Smith. He thought he had a career, and it's all went south. I don't know what the hell happened.
What makes Joe, I know the answer to this, but what made Joe Smith famous? For everybody listening, welcome to Fight Net Trivia. My name is Lee Honish, and here's your first trivia question of today. What made Joe Smith super famous, Andrew?
He knocked out Bernard Hopkins, correct?
Correct.
Yay!
Knocked out Bernard Hopkins.
You know what I love about this?
51 years old at the time. Let me zoom in on that so everybody can take that sentence in. He knocked out a 51-year-old man. Well, good for you, cowboy. You know what knocks out a 51-year-old man? Too many chili burgers, okay? Too many chili burgers.
Hey, and what I loved about that fight, remember that was Dan Rayfield who kept telling everyone how he made that fight? I was the one that told Golden Boy he should look at Joe Smith, blah, blah, blah. Then he knocks him out and fucking ruined Bernard Hopkins' career. Good job, Dan.
No, Dan's picks are fucking killing it, right? I mean, we got him into a title fight, Dan, and guess what, Dan? You don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit
about matchmaking. That's right. Fuck.
You are fucking douchebag. Don't get me started on. I don't want to offend fat reporters, Andrew. However, if you're a fat reporter and you listen to the show, you're an embarrassment. I'm just saying it out loud.
No, look, Smith didn't look like he wanted to win that fight, Lee. He kept pumping a jab. It was a weak-ass jab. Bivol was just going through the motions. It was a sparring match at best. Bivol will continue to grow. He reminds me a lot of young Sergey Kovalev. So if them two do fight, I am going to have Bivol as my favorite in that fight just because he's younger. And technically he's probably better right now, even though Kovalev might have the power still. Decent fight, but yeah, Smith wasn't impressed by Joe Smith at all. He might be getting that Union hard hat back on his head here very soon, Lee.
There you go. That moves us on over to the other fight, which I did watch. Showtime. Sean Porter cuts his hair because he needs to make weight and takes on Yorendis Ugas. Sean Porter barely held on to his welterweight title with a close split decision over Dmitry. Bivol outclassed Joe Smith Jr. for most of their what? Dmitry Bivol. Oh, I see what they did there. Okay, like why are you doing that? Who wrote this article at Forbes? Okay. As impressively as he looked in winning the welterweight division, Danny Garcia last year, Sean Porter was lucky to escape with a split decision win in his first defense over Yorgandis Ugas. So one judge gave Ugas the fight 117-111, who scored it correctly. The other two judges overruled that by ruling for Porter 116-112 and 115-113. Porter had been favored minus 335 heading into the fight, but considered he at one point to be minus 400. So he was a 4-1 favorite at one point, Andrew, in the betting. Much of the money in the past week had been coming in on Ugas and showed why on Saturday. Though he appeared to knock down Porter in the 12th, which he did, and Jack Reese, who obviously missed it because Jack Reese is all about Jack Reese, called it a slip. I know Jack. He doesn't listen to the show. By the way, I don't want to offend Jack Reese's of this show, but I'm just saying, Jack missed that one. But if the knockdown would have been recorded, the fight would have ended in a draw, which I'm not even sure. And I think it's cute that everybody thinks that if they scored that a knockdown, it would have been scored a draw. The reality is if he had still gotten knocked down in the 12th, Andrew, the decision still would have gone to Showtime, Sean Porter. So I watched this fight. You watched this fight. I'm going to actually show the clip of this right now, right? The reality is simply this. Ugas was in this fight. It is clear that he won 7 or 8 out of those rounds, including that knockdown. And, of course, because it's a PBC fight, the non-PBC guy got fucked in the ass. I mean, what do you want me to say on the topic? This is how many weeks are we now of watching PBC guys getting quote unquote very favorable decisions to retain their titles? Your feelings after having watched that fight?
Yeah, it's kind of sad that they said it would be a draw. Oh, thanks, Lee.
Yeah, no problem. I turned the sound off.
All right. No, it's are you showing the knockdown?
Yeah, I'm showing the knockdown.
Yeah,
one more time.
Okay. What I don't like about this punch, Lee, is his leg leaves now. You see, after the punch lands, that's when the leg leaves him. That's a knockdown. You can't call it a slip if the punch landed before the slip. You understand?
Yeah,
it's very hard.
And truthfully, it probably is a slip, but the reality of this situation,
That
it
right
came on a
hand
punch.
lands.
It came on a punch, and it wasn't that big a punch. It's not a big enough punch based on the fight to have really hurt him and do that. That's a slip. It is a slip, but it's not. It shouldn't have been scored a slip. A punch was thrown. Here it comes.
If
Punch
you do it in slow motion, I'm dead serious. If you go in slow motion, this right hand lands. Sean Porter steps and then he slips, but the punch is already done. So you can't call it a slip. You can clearly say his leg gave out because of the right hand on his ear. If you do it slow, the punch and then the step. You see? It's the punch and then the step, and then his leg goes out because he got hit. This was clearly a knockdown. It was a nail in the coffin for Ugas, in my opinion, that he won the fight. I had him winning 115, 113 without the knockdown counted in the 12th. So I had him clearly winning this. Look, I gave Sean Porter 3 rounds in a row. The first 3 rounds, I gave them all to Porter. I thought Ugas wasn't doing enough, especially being the unknown fighter. Oh, very good, Lee. You see, you see that.
There's now his feet getting tripped up, but it still doesn't matter. At this point, anything that happens right after this point.
Yeah.
That's a punch.
Yes. And then he's
look at his feet. It is literally him getting, it's not even that. That's him trying to get under it, and he brought his leg too far down. I'm not sure why that leg went down.
Well, right there, it's no slip, bro. The slip doesn't happen until after. You see, that right there is all punch.
There's the slip.
Yeah, way after the punch. Ugas already got his arm back.
That's the punch. Okay, there's full contact. Let's see. Would that be all the way in on his head right there?
It's damn near close, Lee. You're very close, and his leg hasn't even started to go back. That's what I mean. Someone could easily put in an argument that the leg going out from under him is because of the right hand. Yes, you can say there's water in the corner, and it's probably a slip, and his foot got. But that is a punch and then a step.
That's full contact right there.
Nope.
He's not down.
Yeah, and he hasn't even stepped.
Now he's stepping to get out of it. He steps back. His foot slips out from underneath him. Oh, yeah, no. Jackery's fucking hit the bed.
And you know what? It's his fault. He's not scoring. Even if he would have scored that, it still doesn't give this man the win. Just a crazy. And then one judge, they said, had it 117, 111 going the other way. I mean, what the fuck? How do these judges score, this far off? But they will both continue to fight for PBC. Ugas is not a household name, so that's the kind of guy Al Heyman needs right now. This was a great fight for the PBC.
It was highly, highly, highly watchable as fights go.
Yeah, and that's what Sean.
And here's my problem with the fight in general, Andrew. This fight shouldn't have been that close. It shouldn't have been close. Porter should have just been in on this fight all day.
I think it was the first 3 rounds. I think Ugas was a little bit nervous, and Porter was able to get that lead, and then was able to outlast the last 7, 8 rounds or so to get out of there with the victory. But that lead, that counter right, the lead right hand. Listen, he broke the code on Porter. You see, he threw a jab. Porter throws a hook. He ducks. He tries to hug. Fuck the jab. Let's hit him with the right hand coming in. And when Ugas turned to that game plan, when it started becoming counter rights and lead rights, Porter had no answer. He couldn't get under the right hand. Every time the kid would do a feint, Porter would duck. He'd come with the right hand. It was a beautiful game plan by Ugas. If they fight again and Porter doesn't change the way his style is, which it seems. If you look at a lot of the backlash on the internet about this fight, Porter's had a difficulty. He's been called one-dimensional before. They said he's had problems with tall fighters. It all played in this fight. So Porter's going to have a hard time continuing after this. The The blueprint, as De La Hoya likes to say on All Fighters, is it might be out on Shawn Porter on how to beat him. Right now, the father, his trainer, needs to look at himself in the mirror and decide if he has the knowledge to take his son farther in this sport. Look, he took him to the top. Shawn Porter's a world champ. He's making $1 million in fights. He made $1.25 million on this night. Get him a trainer. See if you could change something about him. If you put him in the ring back with anyone else that has a right hand, he's gonna get stopped. I don't see him going 12 in the next 12 rounds in the next fight if it's against a guy with a hard right hand. They now know how to beat him.
Or Shawn Porter's a shitty fighter, Andrew.
He's not. He's an athletic fighter. We've talked about this before. He's never had boxing skills. He's always been the guy, the mauler, right? Remember my dream fight for years was Timothy Bradley versus Shawn Porter. Couldn't get off of that. I think those two guys would have given the boxing world one hell of a fight if we ever would have got them in together, because they have the same style, head first, all action, not limited on power. It would have been awesome. This is what Porter's been. Now he's fighting, the guys for the belts. He's fighting in the bigger names. They start figuring this stuff out. Ugas had a I'm not gonna say an easy time, but he did, like I said, Lee, I have him winning 7 of the last 9 rounds. Okay.
All right. Shout out to Boxing World 365 for the use of their video, and Sporting News Fights for the clip we just used. I'm still gonna probably wind up in YouTube jail for this episode, but who gives a shit? Good video. By the way, go to fightnetradio.com and go watch the close-ups and the video. Moving on to news of this week. When you want to find out all the news and whatever's going on, go to fightnetradio.com. Click on our Facebook link. Andrew and I update the news constantly on our site. We cherry pick from sources all over the web and get you the top breaking story. So let's start with the biggest news story of the week right here. Oh, I'll also put in another gratuitous plug. Las Vegas, right? Got a big fight coming up, Cinco de Mayo weekend, right, Andrew? You want to go to LasVegasDiscount.net, go to LasVegasDiscount.net, and we actually did the video on the show here last week. Literally save thousands of dollars on your trip to Vegas. Get hooked up, be right next to the T-Mobile Arena, and you will be all set. All right. Let's move on to news of the week. News of the week brought to you by Boxing Scene, mostly Keith Idec, usually the way it works out. DAZN, whatever, announces Gennady Golovkin's 3-year, 6-fight agreement. If you are a fan of Fight Net Radio on Facebook, you would have known about it when I knew about it, which was at 5 or 6 a.m. is when the tweet went out from the LA Times. It was relayed and copied and placed on our website. So long before the articles came out, Andrew, our FNR regulars were hip to this announcement. Just sharing that.
Very nice.
The is finally have been dotted, and it's the I's. I get what he's trying to do there. The I's have finally been dotted, and the T's now are crossed on Triple G's new deal with DAZN. Gennady Golovkin and DAZN Group Executive Chairman John Skipper worked well into the night Thursday to finalize an agreement for former middleweight champion that has been in the works for months. BoxingScene.com has confirmed that Golovkin's contract is for 3 years and calls for him to fight twice a year during that calendar year, 6 fights in all. Golovkin's deal, first reported by RingTV.com, recently was announced in a press conference Friday morning. A press conference also has been scheduled on Monday in Los Angeles. That would be today. His DAZN debut will take place on an undetermined Saturday in June, one of the 4 in the months following the Anthony Joshua Miller heavyweight title fight on June 1st. Madison Square Garden in New York, Golovkin's opponent hasn't been chosen either, but Boxing Scene has learned that he will not fight an elite middleweight because there is a payday in excess of $30 million at stake for Golovkin to battle Canelo Alvarez a third time on September 14th. No shit, Sherlock. The obvious obstacle between a third bout between Kazakhstan Golovkin, 38-1-1 with 34 KOs. And Mexico's Alvarez is Daniel Jacobs. Alvarez and Brooklyn's Jacobs are scheduled to fight for Alvarez's WBA, WBC 160-pound world championship and Jacobs' IBF title in a DAZN main event May 4th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. All right, Andrew, break it down.
Break what down? DAZN's gobbling up everything. DAZN.
By the way, I don't want to offend any DAZN people who like saying the word DAZN. However, the word is DAZN. Go ahead, Andrew.
We knew this was coming. It's signed. What's not good, I don't know if you could look him up. The first opponent, straight nobody. I guess they're just going to do a sparring match for Triple G's first fight under DAZN. Oh, you're going to look that up right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then right now, I don't know why Lee didn't open up with it, but Deontay Weilder, our WBC heavyweight champ of the world, is supposedly talking to John Skipper right now on his contract to join the streaming network. We knew this was coming. He needs to do the crossover to make the money. It's a good thing. What does this say right here?
Okay, so sportingnews.com is reporting 6 potential candidates for Triple G. The first would be Demetrius Andrade. The next would be Jermall Charlo, Rob Brandt, David Lemieux, Matt Korobov, Jaime Munguia. These are all fucking crazy out in left field. Is this just some random speculation by somebody who doesn't know shit about boxing?
Yeah, that is. Some of those names are decent. I mean, but they're really trying to set up the Canelo rematch for September. So it looks like
Andrade would be a good pick before.
No, but Lee, the names, none of these guys were on the name that I was talking about.
Okay.
Sorry I didn't send that over to you. I seen it in my feed and I scrolled over it and I can't find it now. But the name that they're talking about is another unknown fighter. And I think it's just to set up the Canelo.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Really.
That's all it is.
So
I'm surprised he's literally not fighting on the undercard against a nobody, which would actually beef up that particular card. But hey, whatever. Moving forward, Lara versus Castano main event peaked at 530,000 viewers for Showtime. Araceli Lara's fight Saturday night drew a slightly higher peak audience than his previous appearance on Showtime, the Boxing Writers Association of America's Fight of the Year for 2018. According to viewership figures released by Nielsen Media Research, Lara's 12-round split draw with Brian Castano attracted a peak audience of 530,000. The peak number was drawn towards the end of the main event from Barclays. The average viewing audience was 487,000 people. Andrew, take me through that particular night.
There's nothing to take you through. It's just showing you Showtime sucks, okay? These other networks, these apps are doing millions of views now. Even ESPN on a regular night can do over 1 million views. Showtime just can't keep up anymore. I don't see boxing sticking with them. Did we go over? I don't know what this is.
What, the entire night?
Yeah, did we go over that?
We covered it.
Okay, good. Well, screw them then.
How could you not? Luis Ortiz against the Polish Hammer? You do not remember this discussion last week?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Where he was happy to make it to the 12th round with
look at then the dripping on the daughter. No, the dripping. Where's the fucking towel? His poor daughter. She had to sit there through this whole thing. Oh, Lee, if anyone's seen the after of that fight, she's trying to push her dad away. She's like, Dad, seriously, you're fucking getting me wet. And nobody could get that man a towel to dry him off. It was disgusting.
Well, it is what it is, Andrew.
I know. So sad for that little girl. She had to stand like 5 minutes of that bullshit.
The Lara-Castano draw. What? Another fucking robbery. Way to go, PBC. PBC is completely on a draw at...
That's what I'm saying, Lee. Could you imagine if this last Porter fight would have ended in a draw too?
Actually, as I watched it, the words that came out of my mouth when he was reading the scorecards were 115, 115. Okay. I'm not shocked. It's a draw. Welcome to the PBC, folks. I mean,
we're trying to keep fighters here.
Right.
Hey, they look too good. All of a sudden, they want out. They got to go. And let me tell you, Kelly King, I am Deontay Wilder's #1 fan as soon as he signs with DAZN. It's on. It's on. Hey, look, loving Deontay Wilder right now, Lee. The guy's chasing the fights. He gave us Ortiz. He gave us Fury. Now he came out and he said, look, what did he say about Showtime? It's not a goodbye, but I have to leave for a while. Oh, man, that's so touching. We all knew he had to do it. We all knew. I said if he cared about his family, he walks. What did he say?
Andrew, that's because Top Rank is currently trying to put Showtime out of business as well.
I think they did put Showtime out of business.
You know what? They're going to linger around because you're going to need a network like ESPN to put on shitty-ass guys like Lara.
As long as Lara can get a draw, you see? As soon as these guys have any...
As long as you have Al Heyman in your corner, the alleged Al Heyman...
Hey, if he's the manager, you put on your manager hat and we keep him walking. I'm telling you, Lee, that double-ending deal shit is real. He doesn't care about the PBC. The PBC was a free check to him. His real money is being their advisor. I'm your advisor. Give me a percentage, huh?
All right.
So, fuck out of here. They don't got anybody.
You think Showtime's going to give up on boxing?
I don't think it. Bob Arum told me. I didn't predict that one. Bob Arum told me, and that man don't lie. He was right about HBO. He said Showtime had a year. I'm telling you, we're probably 6 months away from that comment, and he looks like he's on track with that one too. Lee, they've got bullshit fights. The bullshit fights are still coming, and people aren't paying attention to them. This wasn't even close to what they could get on ESPN. Seriously, 500,000 views. Come on, that's garbage. There's nothing there anymore. As Showtime could get more views rerunning a movie, any movie they want, they could get 500,000 homes to watch it.
Jaime Munguia-Hogan announced for April 13th at Arena Monterrey. Jaime Munguia, who claims he wants to fight everybody, is not fighting anybody at all in his next fight. Instead, he's going to lovely Monterey, California, home of death and destruction and poverty. Jaime Munguia didn't get a desired 5th fight to close out 2018, but his 2019 schedule is already on course to match, if not to surpass the breakout year. This article by Jake Donovan of Boxing Scene. The unbeaten super welterweight returns to his native Mexico for the first time in more than a year, and for his first time ever defending titleist. Munguia's title defense versus Dennis Hogan, Whitey McWhite guy, is officially locked in for April 13th. By the way, brilliant fucking booking. Kudos to Oscar on this one, right? So he got the whitest guy possible in Dennis Hogan. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Dennis Hogan is white, Andrew.
Oh, you would be correct. Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes. Birthplace of Ireland. He now lives in Australia. Yes, sir.
So Dennis Hogan, Whitey McWhite guy, is going to Monterrey, bring your fucking AK-47 Mexico to fight Jaime Munguia, right? How much do you have to pay some guy to go fight in Monterrey that I guarantee they're not walking through metal detectors to get into this fight, Andrew? I'm guessing, by the way, I'm only guessing that, but I'm probably right on this topic. I mean, what are the odds that, like, how do you go into this fight actually thinking you have if you're Dennis Hogan, like, do you have so little value on your life that a $50,000 payday is worth it? Yeah, there's no way Dennis Hogan is making more than $100,000 for this fight. Maybe $200,000.
It's a title shot, so you don't know. It's on, Golden Boy, DAZN. They got a little bit of money. You might be getting something. Munguia. What do you think?
All right, Andrew. You're not putting this in your mind correctly. You're a really, really white guy.
Yeah, Lee,
He's
ranked. He's 28-1. Go to fightnews.com. Look up the ratings. Go to the WBO 154. That will tell us.
Look, I don't care if it's even Takashi Inoue. First of all, who in their right mind, outside of being a Mexican national, right, wants to fight in fucking Monterrey? Like, can you wrap your brains around that? I thought it was crazy that they were having fights down in TJ. But now we're gonna move it all the way inland to we're going down to Monterrey next, right?
Dennis Hogan is ranked number 1. If he wants that title shot, he will go to Monterrey, Mexico, Lee. That's what
wait, I'll go a step further. Now I'm Dennis Hogan. I've agreed to the fight because I believe in my skill and I believe that I've got a shot. There's no fucking way this guy gets a decision. No fucking way. No fucking way on the planet this dude gets a decision. No.
You think Jaime Munguia is the prince of Mexico? I don't know, bro. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something.
Have to be. Look.
Nah, man.
I'm not offend anybody, but I'm gonna break this down. If you're from Monterrey and you're Mexican and you're fighting in Monterrey with Oscar, your Mexican promoter, what, are you kidding?
I'm gonna tell you why. The day Munguia has a bad night, everyone's going to know it because this kid takes 1,000 punches on his good nights. When he's off, he's going to get his ass kicked. His defense is his face. I don't see it. I think if Dennis Hogan can box, he has a good chance of pulling a victory out. Mexico, they're very smart down there. I don't see him being the new Canelo. He's not Julio Cesar Chavez. He's 32-0. He's a slugger. Mexico has seen many of these guys, seriously. And I really do think he's not going to look pretty the day he loses because he doesn't look pretty half the time when he wins. I'll take the fight. If I'm Dennis Hogan, you take the fight. This kid, he gets hit. He gets hit a lot. I actually don't like it. I told you he's a poor man's Barrera. And Barrera was beaten by Junior Jones pretty early in his career.
This is a bullshit fight, Andrew.
It possibly could be, but give the kid credit. This is his 4th title defense in under a year. He won the title in May of 2018. This is his 4th fight since then. We don't have too many champions doing that. So I give him that. It's kind of strange that De La Hoya is putting him in the ring this much, seeing his style. Then you have these boxers who don't get hit, and they're like, oh, no, I only fight twice a year. Like, what the fuck? This kid, he definitely likes to fight. I just don't want to see him in there with any of the heavy hitters right now because I do not think he's ready. Saddam Ali was a gifted title. You got someone like the Charlo or even Lara. Lara might be too much at this point still in his career for him. Hurd, I definitely don't want to see him in there with Swift, right? So no.
But you don't have to worry. He's not going to fight anybody from the PBC, so he's safe.
You don't know that. It looks like the PBC guys are...
At this moment, Andrew.
Yeah, they're walking.
Until Showtime is put out of business.
Oh, man, they're walking. All they need is Andrew, that contract.
It's not over yet. I get your point, but
okay,
and I get your excitement, but until Showtime collapses, right? That they're not out of the game yet, and I'm sure that Espinosa is going to make a late run to try to keep all this shit together.
How?
Don't be surprised when Showtime buys PBC. Don't be fucking surprised.
Oh my God, there's nothing there. Lee,
I understand that. Okay. But if Steven Espinosa, in his desperation to keep this shit together, I'm not going to be surprised by any of that.
But they don't have a market. They don't have a bank account to match that. You can say
Showtime is CBS. Of course they got a bank account.
No, they don't. They only have 60 million, and they don't give a shit about boxing. Boxing is not.
What did you say?
Network.
Whoa. CBS, aka Showtime, only has $60 million.
For their boxing network, yes. What now you think all of a sudden they're gonna give Espinoza a blank check? Oh, please save us.
Maybe
come on, stop it.
You don't know.
Who are they gonna go? Lee. The only ones they can go after is Spence. Eroy Spence. What is he really gonna do for them? He's not Mayweather. He's not even close to being Mayweather. Deontay Wilder already told them, I gotta go.
All right, Andrew, just because you need to make more crazy-ass predictions, let me call it. Showtime's going to make a last-ditch effort over the next 6 to 9 months to do something dramatic to get involved or become some kind of weird pseudo-promoter. I'm calling it right now.
You know what I hate?
Probably something with the PBC, probably some kind of partial buyout of their current or promotional package of a certain number of PBC fighters to stay in that business. I'm just telling you, Showtime doesn't want to get out of the business of boxing.
There's only this. What would you say it? The caliber of fighters that are out there is very small, right? The pond is very small. There's not a lot of fish in there. DAZN and ESPN are gobbling a lot of those fighters up.
Here's the statement. You ready for it? I'm going to put it out there. Ready? They
Yeah.
signed Floyd Mayweather. $500 million, 3-fight deal, Showtime exclusive.
Lee, you're just putting shit out there, though. There's nothing to stand behind that. They don't even have a fucking opponent for Floyd Mayweather.
I'm telling you that Floyd is going to sign you and I both know this, right?
He's gonna fight
Floyd
the winner.
is going to sign a 3-fight deal. The only question is with who.
Even this fight is not on Showtime. You see? Even this fight is on Fox, bro.
Okay, hold on. Nobody's seeing the screen. You're talking like people are looking at the screen.
Garcia.
We only have like 6 people who watch our videos because nobody's going to the YouTube channel. By the way, go to fightnetradio.com, click on the YouTube page and subscribe. Andrew, you still have to do the audience that gets the group of people that
Garcia Granados.
Okay, Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados, tops tripleheader on April 20th. Former 2-division world champion Danny Swift Garcia will battle hard-hitting veteran Adrian Granados in a 12-round welterweight bout that will headline the live primetime event hosted by PBC on Fox and Fox Deportes on Saturday, April 20th from Dignity Healthcare shitty-ass name park, formerly... Look at the name of this, dude. Dignity Healthcare Sports Park, formerly StubHub Center. Fuck me. Heavyweight contender Andy Ruiz Jr. takes on Alexander Demetrio in a 10-round bout in the co-feature, and unbeaten contender Brandon Figueroa battles Venezuela's Yanfrez Parejo in a 12-round match for the WBA interim super bantamweight title that opens the primetime Fox telecast 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. Tickets for the event, which is promoted by TGB Promotion. I am telling you, keep an eye on TGB Promotion as well. They've been promoting events with PBC for a while now, Andrew. And there's something to this TGB Promotion. I haven't actually done enough homework, but by next week, I will have a report on the relationship between TGB and PBC and how it all works. But TGB is another one of those, who's in this mix as well, kind of weird things going on. TGB Promotions as well as Mayweather Promotions in association with DSG Promotions. You know what this tells me? There's a TGB fighter on the card. There's a Mayweather fighter on the card. And there is a DSG fighter on the card.
That's Danny right there. Danny Swift.
Yeah, I know. Try not to give him any credit. Danny Swift Garcia is a douchebag. Tickets can be purchased at Axis.com or at Dignity Healthcare Sports Park, formerly the StubHub Center, box office between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Fuck me. I'm not even going to read quotes from this, Andrew.
No, don't.
How excited are you to see Danny Garcia back in action?
No. I'm going for Granados. Granados is the young man who's chasing money for the PBC. They took him about 2 divisions out of where he was supposed to be, the lightweights. So I'm going for him because this is probably his last time with the PBC until they either, drop him or go out of business and then no one picks him up and that'll be it. But yeah, and then I'm just kind of over the Danny Garcia thing. Tired of seeing him lose fights and either win or get a decision, draw, or some shit. So, yep, that's about all I have for that one.
I didn't understand.
It's not on Showtime. It's not on Showtime.
No, but they have a pretty substantial Fox deal. I don't understand the Danny Garcia experiment much. I haven't for a while. He's a very exposed fighter who thinks a lot more of his skill than he actually has. And I think a lot of that was based on what they perceived. This is the truth. I think they perceived that he had some kind of media, like a following or something. Like he had
and you see right here, he's fighting Eric Morales, an older fighter out of his prime. Had to fight
Eric
him
Morales
twice.
was 60 in this fight, for God's sakes.
Yeah, had to fight him twice. Started knowing at that point. But what I was trying to get to is he was well managed back then. Look, he's got fights with Morales. He's got fights with Judah. He's got fights with Lucas Matisse. These were fights that put him on top. These were wins that got him there. And then he went PBC, started fighting once a year, started fighting nobodies, took the shit for granted, probably came in out of shape on a few of those and should have lost. And it all went south. Hey, at least he made $1 million, though. That's what they all say.
Yeah, I guess. I don't understand that whole all right, now we have to do it. Danny Garcia net worth.
$6 million.
6 million? Like that number?
5 to
1 million.
6.
He's worth a whole $1 million,
oh my
bro.
Gosh. What the fuck happened to his money? See, this shit on the PBC don't make sense. What happened to Danny's money? Now go back to his record, because the kid's been in way too many fights to only be worth $1 million. You know, and he has that stupid little jewelry guy standing behind him after every fight. You see that the little guy? Oh, he got the gold teeth and shit, little Asian dude. I want to know how many millions he's taken from Danny. Seriously, $1 million. That is sad.
So he lost to Sean Porter, which is just embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing.
But Sean made $1.25 million in his last fight. Where the fuck is Danny at?
He beat Brandon Rios. He lost to Keith Thurman. Up to that point, he was undefeated.
No, but it doesn't matter. Keith Thurman's a big-time fight. Robert Guerrero's a big-time fight. Keep going down.
Oh, no. Paulie Malignaggi's a fight. Lamont Peterson's a fight. Rod Sulka should make you $500,000 easy.
Right? Amir fucking Khan. Like, where did his money go? Eric Morales again.
Yeah.
$1 million. Oh, man.
Fight number 3 against Eric Morales. Fight number 4 against Amir Khan. Yeah, bro, you blew it. I don't know what you did with your money, but your life sucks.
Yeah, someone's fucking playing with his money. I'm telling you, I want to know how much jewelry he has. Maybe, I don't know, is that in your net worth? Do they put jewelry in there? Does he have a box like hidden in his closet somewhere? He's like, no, look, I really have all these gold teeth.
Oh, it wasn't his fourth fight. He's got quite a record.
His fourth fight? What are you talking about? What do you think he is?
I was only looking here. Calm down. Thought it was awfully quick.
What do you think he is? Lomachenko?
Yeah, he didn't fight anybody. Like, his first big fight's Nate Campbell, and Nate Campbell's a pretty big fight. Like, when he steps up, he jumps from Figueroa to Campbell, right?
Yep.
Holt, Campbell are his turn at journeyman, right?
But Lee, those are all...
Take out an easy Morales, but Amir Khan's a step, man. That's the real deal.
No, I'm telling you, this is all under Golden Boy. They made that. They made him.
Yeah.
All under Golden Boy.
He takes Matisse. He takes Herrera. He takes Sulka. He takes Lamont Peterson. He takes Paul Malignaggi. And that's in what year? 2015. Malignaggi was already a shitbag by then. But he does beat Guerrero, who's already broken at that point in 2016. Vargas is shitty. Yeah, then he runs into Keith Thurman. That's the end of the ride, man.
Yeah, and remember, Peterson and Herrera, those majority decisions probably shouldn't have went his way. Those MDs right there. And I want to say the first Morales fight. Let's go to the first Morales fight. Because let's show the fans why there was number 2. Unanimous decision.
Right.
Okay, I thought that was going to be a split. Why did they bring that one back? There has to be something about that fight, Lee. Maybe Morales is whooping his ass at the end or something, because that was like the Zab Judah fighter that always got tired late actually starts whooping his ass later on in their fight. And maybe that's what happened there.
No, it doesn't even seem to be close based on the points, right?
There's a reason why they brought it back, though. I'll tell you that.
Oscar Smart?
There you go. I see that. Scorecards. Nah, if we watch it, I'll watch it again. I'll tell you what happened next week. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why they brought it back. Come on, it's not because Morales was a ticket seller at that point. He wasn't. The dude was retired.
He's a name.
Yeah. So why would you do it twice? Why would you do it twice though when you had a unanimous decision the first time? Come on, they don't call for rematches for nothing. Hey, Prograis, that's my guy.
Prograis versus Relikh, Donaire versus Tete. I just like saying Tete. By the way, I don't want to offend anybody who's got any TTs, but I like saying TTs. Regis Prograis versus Kyrie Relikh, and Nonito Donaire takes on Zolani Tete. Continue their pursuit for the Ali Trophy on April 27th at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana. USA, tickets on sale next Friday. The sensational doubleheader opens the semifinal stage of the World Boxing Super Series for little tiny small guys. American and New Orleans native Regis Prograis, 23-0, 19 KO, faces Kyril Relikh, 23-2, 19 KOs, who is in training in Miami in a semifinal in the 140-pound division. And American-Filipino fighter Nonito Donaire, 39-5, 25 KOs, meets South African Zolani Tete, 28-3 with 21 KOs in the semifinal of the 118-pound edition of the tournament. Andrew, are you excited to see Nonito Donaire not putting milk out at the 7-Eleven?
I ran into his brother the other day, too. He's such a jerk.
It's the best. It's the best.
He was being him. We're still working. I say, we're still working, bro. He said, yes, sir. Yep, I seen him. He goes, I see you everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. Nah, Nonito's doing good. He made
it. You make more than Nonito Donaire's brother. You know that, right? Isn't that kind of sad in a weird way?
Yeah. Will you stop? We're both making a living for our families. How about that? He's doing a good thing. I need to stop saying that, but he's doing a good thing.
He is?
Yeah, he's working. Such a jerk. Prograis.
You talk to him. Is he punch drunk? I mean, does he have his shit together?
No. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, he cleared.
By the way,
he got out. He got out.
For all the kids that are in the car right now driving with your parents going, why are we listening to this? I'm going to give you kids a message. Stay in school. Or learn a trade like Andrew. It'll pay off either way. If you want to make money, stay in school, learn a trade.
Like I tell my daughter, that only works for the guys. Not too many girls that can fall back on a trade. I know there's a lot think they can, but it's very hard out there for women.
I don't know. Female welders are kind of hot, Andrew.
I tell you, it's not like I haven't seen them. I seen them in my school. I seen them in the Union Hall. Not too many of them though.
Any
There's
hot
only,
ones?
I think.
No, they all look like dykes, don't they?
No, and I'll
That's
tell
going to
you,
piss off the dykes who listen to the show. I apologize to all the welding dykes.
I will tell you, one of them lifted her shirt at a job site and was fired.
Whoa.
Yes, crazy, right?
Whoa.
That really happened.
It's art. She's art. I like her. Is she single?
Yeah, she was fired. She got fired for that. It was crazy.
Bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, geez almighty. What was she thinking?
I kind of like that in a strange way.
Anyways.
Except for the fact that she's probably a short-haired dyke who's probably slightly fat. I mean, beyond that. But I digress, Andrew. Go ahead. Talk about Donaire and Tete.
Nice. This is it.
Do you like Tete? Are you looking forward to seeing Tete?
Tete, I don't know too much about. So I'm just going to go for Donaire on this one. And then, where's that other dude from? Belarus?
Yeah.
Belarus? Yeah, I don't know shit about him either. So I'm just going to go for Prograis.
Why'd you think that story? Like, the only reason this story got included this week, Andrew, We got a Donaire story in. That's really
we got 9 minutes. Got 9 minutes.
I understand.
Flow.
So, Prograis and do you want to talk about Prograis for a minute?
This is a kid who's been trying to. If anyone doesn't know him, you need to watch him. He's gonna be here. He's doing it the hard way. Not a big market in for this guy. So Top Rank put him on the back burner. But he's undefeated. He's the champion at 140. So I look for him one day to get a shot at Jose Ramirez. That's my thing with Prograis.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep.
Keep moving forward because Andrew has to go to sleep. He has a real job. Roy Jones to Vitor to Belfort. Give me 6 weeks and I'll whip your ass. For those of you who've been keeping up with the story, Vitor Belfort launched the first cannon shot. That landed in Roy Jones' lap. Roy Jones then took to Twitter or probably MySpace, knowing Roy Jones' age. Probably took to MySpace and then typed on his typewriter and then held up in front of a camera his response. Last week, Brazilian mixed martial arts Vitor the Phenom Belfort came out of retirement and signed a promotional agreement with Asian mixed martial arts company One Championship. I like them, by the way. And Belfort, for whatever reason, Belfort called out cross-sport.
For whatever reason.
For several years, UFC legend Anderson Silva has been pushing for a boxing match, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Belfort told MMA fighting one day, I'd really like to fight Roy Jones. Well, guess what? Roy Jones is all in. He's interested, Andrew. For whatever reason, whatever psychotic reason, Roy took to MySpace. Who even knew that MySpace was still a thing, right? But that's really shitty on my part that he said he took to MySpace instead of.
Did he really say? He
no,
didn't say that. All right, I was like,
Instagram. Come on, Roy has people. Okay, Roy's still worth money, so he has people who went, yeah, Roy, we got to put it on Instagram, and he went, Instagams? What's Instagams? I know, Roy, that's really fucked up too. I really have a relationship with Roy. And if he listened to the show, that was kind of fucked up, but I know he doesn't listen. Neither here nor there. Roy, who is an absolute Hall of Fame boxer with
this guy looks a little overmatched though. Is it just me or
Well, this is what the fight's going to look like, Andrew. What do you think the fight's going to look like?
Hey, oh no, this guy.
Roy's not even trying. He's just launching shots.
Yeah.
This isn't even like Roy's best effort. He's just like, fuck it, I'm going to fuck. One night on HBO, he was actually talking to, wasn't he talking to Lampley at ringside during the fight?
Yes, he was.
That's fucking crazy. He was talking about who he was picking in like the Super Bowl or the World Series.
No, that was Floyd. That was Floyd who did that one.
Okay,
but Roy Jones used to talk to them too. Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
You know what?
Dude.
Maybe you are right. Maybe it was fucking Roy Jones. You might be right on that. I don't know. Fucking New England's been winning the Super Bowl for 15 years now, Lee. I don't know. You tell me.
In their right brain thinks it's a good idea to fight Roy Jones at any point in his career if you're not a professional boxer? I'm going to say this. If I was a journeyman level fighter, I would think twice about fighting Roy Jones right now.
Yeah, one time he fought an ex-cop. That didn't end well for the cop either. That fight probably would have done so much better nowadays. You just say Roy Jones versus ex-cop, it would have got 1 million views.
And by the way, for those of you who know that if I hit the lottery, I'm hiring Floyd Mayweather to fight me at a promotional event to be named in the future. Roy Jones isn't on that list because if Roy hits me, it's going to fucking hurt. I don't think it's going to hurt if Floyd's not going to hurt me. Like Floyd doesn't have that punch. Like I don't think Floyd hitting me, if I have my choice between Floyd and Roy hitting me, I'd take Floyd all day, twice on Sunday. Do I think Floyd hits hard when he does connect? I guess. I've never seen anybody flinch from a fucking, everything Roy does looks like it hurts. Like Roy in his prime was a bad motherfucker, dude. Bad motherfucker. Like he was seriously there to hurt people.
He was the best in my fighters that I've seen. Roy Jones is number one. I've always loved Julio Cesar Chavez as a strong number two. but the most gifted boxer that I've ever been able to witness in the ring is Roy Jones Jr.
Just unbelievable skill and speed for that size. Like,
Yeah,
look
the
at
speed.
him. Look at how fast that jab is. It's ridiculous. He's light years ahead of it. It's like watching a young Mike Tyson. You're just ahead of everybody else. It's just too skillful. Well, if you're continuing with this particular story and want to hear more,
don't read it. Don't read it.
Wait, Roy lobbed, then Vitor responded. Vitor Belfort responded. Roy Jones accepted. I look forward to this fight. Brazilian mixed martial artist. Then this is from Friday. Vitor the Phenom Belfort believes his cross-sport challenge has been accepted. He's making the fight. This is going down. Okay, Vitor. I don't want to shit on Vitor Belfort, but I had to pull up his video, right? I don't want to break it to Vitor, but don't get me wrong. He's all right, but that shit ain't gonna work in a boxing ring, bro.
You can't push him into the ropes, knee
Don't
him, and
get
then
me wrong.
punch him.
I mean, he's gonna fuck up Michael Bisping pretty bad here, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be allowed to kick Roy Jones in the side of the head to finish the fight.
It'd be classic if he did, though. It'd be classic if he does kick him in the side of the head. Just like, I want one of these MMA guys to just trick a boxer and be like, ha, fooled you, bink, and just knock his ass out and tell her, I
Watch
told
the
you.
punch. Here it comes. Boom. Now yeah, right, bro. Don't get me wrong. I think Vitor, what's the term now that we use? Has strong hands, right?
Yes, strong hands, yes.
Notice how quick they showed the Anderson Silva fight. By the way, he loses to Anderson Silva, but they just blink off the fight for one punch. One punch, two punch. They don't show the actual fight. You know why? Because he lost to Anderson Silva.
He got kicked in the face, didn't he? Does he get
He got fucked up. He got fucked up pretty substantially by Anderson Silva.
That was
the Silva fight. I mean, it looks great if you watch just a couple of seconds of it. I mean, if you watch just clips of Vitor, he looks phenomenal.
That's Dan Severn. That's when they thought he was going to be the face right there.
How old is Vitor? I mean, this is just
He's
ridiculous.
18. Right here, he's 18 years old, and he's on steroids. Look at that. 18 years old, chiseled out.
And his greatest skill is actually on the ground grappling.
Bing, bing,
Why do we keep watching 2 seconds of fights he loses? I don't understand. Please go to Fight Net Radio, check and click on the video, because coming soon will be Vitor Belfort versus Roy Jones in what will be a tremendously lopsided fight. Continuing with lopsided fights.
Yeah.
Paul Malignaggi to compete in bare knuckle fighting championship. Don't confuse that with the bare knuckle fighting federation. No, this is the
scroll
bare
down.
knuckle. Okay.
Scroll down to that picture. You see that picture? Go up. Look at that hand. You see? You want to know why? You want to know why you can't see that hand? Because there's been 7 operations on it. I think that hand. I think there's a Photoshop right there on that hand.
Former 2-division world champion boxer and boxing contender.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Photo? You mean the right hand?
Yeah.
This thing over here that's fucked up. Hold on, I'll zoom it for everybody.
Oh no, I'm talking about his left.
Oh, his left is fucked up. He's got that straight out. It doesn't look too bad.
No, there's scars where the face of his hand is, the top of his hand. He has scars there. Scars, man, of that hand being cut and cut and cut.
Former 2-division world champion boxer and boxing contender Paulie Malignaggi has signed an exclusive deal to compete in bare knuckle fighting championship. Malignaggi is expected to make his BKFC debut June 19th at a yet to be determined location. Let me help you out. It's going to be Florida or Arkansas where they allow bare knuckle fighting. It's the only place this place fights. This is a great signing for bare knuckle fighting championships, said BKFC founder and president David Feldman. At this time in our company's growth, we needed to add a legitimate and well-established world boxing champion to our roster, and I believe Paulie has the ability and personality. We've just done that, and Paulie is perfect. BKFC is the new wave of combat sports. They're doing great things, and I'm excited, said Malignaggi, but I especially like the payday. They gave me fucking money. They gave me lots of money, and that's really all this is about, and that's because Paulie Malignaggi. Have we looked this up previously?
No.
Net worth, I'm going to be surprised if it's more. It's $5 million. It's not bad. So I haven't got a fucking clue why he's doing this unless they gave him $1 million, Andrew. I would have to believe, right? Between everything he's got going on, you're going to have to spend $1 million to get Paul Malignaggi. Minimum. It's a minimum $1 million. If he's really going to fight. By the way, I don't think he's that expensive if he's not going to really fight and come up lame constantly or find an excuse not to be in the fight. But legit, if he's really going to fight, it's got to be $1 million, right? Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I just remember the guy not having a lot of power and him having hurt hands, man. It wasn't that the story when, and like in these little stories right here, weren't they always talking about that's why his hands, he only had like 7 knockouts?
Yeah, he is definitely a
so how is he going to go
Sergio? He is a Sergio Mora-like fighter who doesn't have a lot of knockout power.
So how is he going to go bare knuckle, though, is what I'm saying.
Oh, he's going to get, like, I don't know how he's going to do that if he's really got fucked up hands. Like, I don't understand.
Maybe it is the right hand. Is it the right hand that's had surgery like 7 times? Dude, there was one episode where he was talking about his hand, and I could have swore he said he had 7 operations on
21 and 0 with 5 KOs.
And now he's doing bare knuckle boxing.
Right.
Just doesn't sound like a good career.
By the way, bro, they don't wrap your hands. Like, there's no wrap. It's real bare knuckle fighting. I honestly believe that this is more about, we claim that he signed up and he's not actually going to fight. There's nothing inside me that believes.
Oh, okay. All right. Just to get him a little
yeah, you pay him $100,000. He does the press tour. He gets all set for the fight, and then at the last, I'm calling it right now, he won't fight. He's going to come up sick. He's going to come up hurt. There's no, if you don't have knockout power, how in the fuck are you going to do bare knuckle fighting?
I know. No, and then yeah.
In a cage. Are you shitting me? Which is basically clinch style boxing rules. Like, really? Unless you're getting them absolutely walk through opponents, Andrew. And I mean, like, legit. This dude has won twice and lost 44 times kind of opponents. Like, I can't even mentally process. Unless they're calling me to fight Paulie. I mean, that's a given. I think Paulie can take me. I'm pretty sure. I think that's a safe fight for him. He's got to be fighting cab drivers, dude.
See, in April 10th, I found one. In April 10th, Malignaggi said, "I hurt both hands. My left is broken." I'm telling you, I remember that being this kid's whole career. And I swore one time he showed his hands, and they did have a lot of scarring, Lee. Like, there was them things have been cut into a few times.
Last 3 real quick stories for you before we send Andrew off to bed. Gervonta Davis, an arrest warrant was issued for alleged assault. According to TMZ Sport, an arrest warrant has been issued for WBA super featherweight world champion Gervonta Davis. Shocking. The warrant was issued in connection with Davis having alleged altercation with another man at an ATM machine at an upscale mall in Virginia on February 17th. Next story, Adrian Broner. I just hate Gervonta Davis. I wish he would go to jail and get it over with. Broner reaches agreement to pay off $1 million in jewelry debt. Former 4-division world champion Adrian Broner, remember the guy who got the $1 million debt with the jewelry company that was actually going to throw his ass in jail and really fuck up his life? Well, guess what? He plans to pay him. Pristine Jewelers in New York said Broner promised to pay for multiple items, which totaled $1.25 million, but his check never cleared. There's a shocker. And then he refused to follow through on the payment plan. There's a shocker. And then, Broner finally was being threatened with real jail time because that's actually called theft, asshole. And actually carried a real jail sentence for a guy who's already got a criminal record.
Yeah,
so
that's
guess what, Andrew?
That's a felony theft too. That ain't.
Yeah, it's no joke at that point.
Yeah.
And he's already got a checkered. He's already got a few strikes on him. I guarantee that would be 5 years. Motherfucking that'd be 5 years. Per the agreement, Broner made his first payment on March 4th for $500,000, and by December 31st of 2019, he's got to pay another $500,000. If he doesn't, he's fucked. It's interesting. According to the documents, Broner stuck to the agreement with the jeweler on February 15th, just a couple weeks after reportedly earning $2.5 million check from his fight with Manny Pacquiao.
So you see that, people? He got a $2.5 million payday. He gets some of it taken from his managers, everyone, right? His trainers. Showtime takes their cut. Pay-per-view takes their cut. And then he's got to pay off the jeweler. What do you think Adrian was left with after taxes?
Well, I think he has enough to pay off the other end of the bar bill. But knowing Broner, he's going to fucking piss the money away and not have it at the end of the year. And I'm hoping, Andrew, I'm still hoping for a Christmas miracle. But Adrian Broner still could land in jail because of this. And you know how excited that makes me.
If he doesn't land another fight soon, he possibly can, because I think that 2.5 has already been blown through. Or seriously,
I really want to hear that he's turned into a
Lee, seriously, that's 2.5 before taxes. It's 2.5 before Al Heyman, before your training, before your baby mamas, and before the $500,000 debt. That's 2.5 before all of that.
Andrew, I have to be perfectly honest. My goal for Adrian Broner is to be somebody's bitch in jail. I don't know why I dislike Adrian Broner, but I don't know if it's his personality, his abuse of money, his abuse of the system, the fact that he thinks he's a better boxer than he actually is. As a human being, he's a piece of shit. Okay? There's nothing redeeming about Adrian Broner. He's Mayweather. He's got like Mayweather's mentality, but he doesn't even have the sense on knowing how to carry all this shit. I mean, his net worth has got to be what, $1 million? I can't wait for this one. Net worth, Adrian.
I swear. I think Al Heyman likes that 5 to 6 stuff.
What?
That ain't true. That's not true.
What?
Adrian Broner never made that much money. Lee, don't look at that. By the way,
for those of you who are wondering why Andrew and I are saying that, it's saying that Adrian Broner's net worth is $190 million.
That's such a lie. That fucking kid would be a jerk.
I call
bullshit. That was written by Adrian Broner.
Yeah, no shit. He wrote his own Wikipedia page. Right?
Hey, people, don't believe everything you see on the internet.
Come on, people. Fucking cookies, and now I gotta be warned every time I want to open a fucking article about cookies. No, 9 million. There we go. 9 million.
There you go. Yeah, 100.
Yeah, okay. The other one was clearly written by Adrian. And that was okay. He has a net worth of 9 million. Adrian, when was this article written? Do we know? Doesn't. 9 million sounds about right. He earned $1 million to fight Jesse Vargas. He got 2.5 for Pacquiao. Yeah, 9 million's about right. So sounds I'm good. Sure he's pissed it all away by now, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he had a professional, or what was it, a private driver in his last episodes of 24/7 on Showtime. So,
and our last quick story before Andrew goes to bed.
It's just a joke. It's a joke.
Call a joke. Why is this? What? I
think read the title. Read the title.
I know it is. For those of you watching the video, I'll go line by line because it's a press release, no less. Chris Arreola, right now is all about my legacy. I'm chasing a title. You remember Chris Arreola, kids, before we begin the article? He's the guy that Deontay Weilder actually fucked up a couple of times. All right, let's get to it. On Saturday, March 16th from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the PBC needed someone to look stupid. So they hired Chris Arreola for probably $100,000. What's Chris Arreola's net worth? Hold on. This will answer a lot of questions. If Chris Arreola is worth more than $1 million, I will be shocked, Andrew.
All right. That's it for me. I gotta pull out after. I know it's.
I understand. Hold on. I just want to see his net worth.
All right.
Hold on. What's Chris Arreola? $3 million. I had it wrong. He's going to be on the PBC card on Fox. He will be fighting Tubba in that fight. Oh, no, he's fighting Jean-Pierre Augustin. He is fighting to be announced. Jean-Pierre Augustin. Are you shitting me? The oh-so-fat and taco-eating Arreola has faced some of the best, but has tasted defeat multiple times in all of the fights, including Vitaly Klitschko, Adamek, Bermain Stervine, and Deontay Weilder, just to name a few. Actually, the whole heavyweight division who's in the top 10 have beaten Chris Arreola. After a brief retirement, Arreola returned to stop Maurice Maranzano Smith last December, probably for, I don't know why. Augustine 17.
The joke was I'm chasing fucking titles. Lee, he's got
You know what
5
the title
losses.
should have been, Andrew? You know what the title should have been? I'm chasing tacos. By the way, for those of you who think this is a racist moment, it was not me. Who made the infamous taco statement here? Chris Arreola himself. Everybody get it right. Can't seem to lose weight because I keep eating my mom's tacos. He said it. He said it, people. Look it up. It's a quote.
See you on Sunday, Lee.
All right. Everybody go to Fight Net Radio. Sign us off, Andrew.
I'll see you guys on Sunday. Garcia versus Spence on Saturday night, pay-per-view.
We'll probably do a bonus show because I guess that's kind of important, Andrew. So we'll put together a bonus show for you guys probably on Friday after the weigh-ins. But yeah, it's a pretty substantial fight on Saturday, wouldn't you think?
Yep. No, we hope. We hope. This could be a massacre. And everyone's going to say, why'd they even do this? And then we'll look at Garcia as a free agent. Now Heyman didn't need him anymore. So
we'll set up betting and we'll do all the live show. We'll get you all the details. We'll probably do a live show. So check us out on Fight Net Radio on Friday evening after all the weigh-ins go down. Thanks, everybody. Go to fightnetradio.com.
FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!